what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ass Hat Podcast on YouTube. You know, we actually, I'll explain this to everyone. So, why is this channel called Ass Hat Podcast? It's not a podcast. Real simple. Back in the day, like, it was summer of 2013 is when it was supposed to premiere. It was supposed to start very beginning of August 2013. And then something happened, and I had the episode recorded and had no time to edit for about 3 weeks because somebody in my family broke their foot and their lower leg. And I had to take care of them for a little while. So, started podcast off. It went from August of 2013 to, I think the last episode dropped in like May 2014 to like 29 episodes. 29 episodes got released. There's probably about 35, 36 actually recorded. And then my two main co-hosts both got jobs where they just couldn't record as much. I got tired of editing. I canned it. Well, at the time I had created, an asshat podcast at gmail.com. Well, when you do that, you create a YouTube channel and everything else. Well, I decided quite a few years after I ended the podcast, I was going to bring it back as a video podcast. Shot one episode, threw it out there. It was just me unboxing something. And I've just kept the name and ran with it. So that's that podcast. I would tell you to go look for the old episode of the podcast because there was a few episodes I'm really proud of. A few of them came out really good. There's one where a guy I've known for years, we told stories about partying at this house back in the day where just wild shit happened. Like, the dude that owned the house had what he thought was a Vietnamese potbelly pig. In turn, it was half Vietnamese potbelly pig, half wild pig, like wild boar. So this thing was, you ended up being like a 300-pound pig that lived on the front porch. Just crazy shit. There's another one. I reviewed a bunch of Beelzebub movies, stuff like that. And this is something I reviewed on Ass Hat Podcast. I didn't do comics as much on there as I do on here because I didn't have people on there who were huge in the comics, as huge into them as I needed them to be. If they were, there was all superhero shit. Fuck that. All right, getting to the Blu-ray we got here. This is Slumber Part of Massacre, the original. This is from Screen Factory. I picked this up thinking, okay, I own the Screen Factory release of this with the second and third one. I own the UK release of the somewhat fourth one, and I have on a DVD-R recorded off like Epic's Drive-In or maybe one of the movie channels or Encores. The fifth possible one in this, and then there's another one that's kind of the fourth one in this, sort of, kind of, that I don't have, and that's actually gotten a DVD release. So I bought this thinking it had more extras. Only thing new is a new HD transfer from the original camera negative. They have the short version of Sleepless Nights, which is the making of Slumber Part of Massacre. This is the version that just covers the first film. Audio commentary with director Amy Holden-Jones, actors Michael Villa and Deborah DeLiso, and theatrical trailer. This movie, man. Okay, what it is that these girls, none of them that are on the cover, are going to hold a slumber party. Most of them play on the basketball team. It starts off, they're all playing ballet, practicing basketball. Practice over, the coach sends them off to the showers. You get the longest, most gratuitous shower scene in 80s cinema, where like they're just going from like feet all the way up the body to the top of the head, and then go over to the next girl and go from top of the head all the way down to the feet. So you see, like, and there's a funny story. I want to say it was Bree Stevens told us about how when they were filming this, some of the girls did not want like their breasts to be shown or the frontal at all, so they put tape over their nipples to make sure even if it got caught, they'd end up cutting that part out. And this is young Bree Stevens. This is early 80s, so she's probably 25-ish. I think she might have still been married to Dave Stevens at the time. That's where the Stevens comes from. She was married to Dave Stevens back in the day and was the live model for Betty and the Rocketeer, who was also based on Betty Page. There's a killer loose. The killer kills the telephone repair lady that's there. He ends up attacking the slumber party and killing everybody. It's great. Just a great. There's so much. It's Corman. It's written by a woman, directed by a woman. It's a slasher. This drill bit in the original poster was coming straight down, so it looked like a penis. And they really play it up in the film. Like towards the end, the killer Where one of the girls uses, I want to say it's a machete and chops the blade off that drill. That's what I'm trying to figure out is how he runs around this drill. It's not plugged into anything that I remember. It's the Driller Killer. Yeah, that's his name. And here's the weird thing. Okay, so you have this one. Yeah, the second one is actually a direct sequel. The little sister who's in this one, who you find out is actually older than the girl playing her older sister, is now played by Crystal Bernard from Wings and It's a Living and millions of other things. And her and her friends know a place where they're building a subdivision. There's like a model home. They have the keys. They're going to go party there. They have a band. They're going to practice on this shit. And this crazy driller killer shows up again. This time it's like a rockabilly guy with a guitar with a drill. And it's like it's Nightmare on Elm Street-ish. Okay, that's the second one. The third one, Slumber Party Massacre 3. And second and third are not out on Blu-ray as far as I know. When they come out, I will get them. I love this series. The third one is basically a remake of this one, just more brutal. Like, really dark and, oh. But you got like Maria Ford and Hope Marie Carlton. And who else is in this? That's kind of a known B-movie actress. There's somebody else I can't think of them right now. And all these have comedy. That one has the least amount. Well, for fourth, there's a tie for what could be fourth. There's a series of films called the Sorority House Massacres. Real similar to this, made by Corman. Well, there's a third film called Hard to Die. It's kind of Sorority House Massacre 3, but it's also kind of Slumber Party Massacre 4 because they use footage from this film right here as the backstory for that one. And it's about these college-age girls been hired, sorority girls been hired to like go help clean up this office building. But for some reason, there's showers in there, and also there's a box full of lingerie, so they decided to put on the lingerie. It don't make a lot of sense. That one is, because it's still made by Corman, is kind of the fourth one. This the bootleg 4 and 5. Back in late 90s? Yeah, late 90s. Word got out that the fourth one was being worked on, and Brink Stevens is going to be it, because Brink, you think gets killed in this one. You don't actually see her die, but she gets drilled a few times and left laying there blood. And it's a Friday, school's closed, so you don't think nobody's going to find her on Monday. She's dead. Well, the fourth one, she shows up in it. Well, it's Jim Wynorski. It started off as Slumber Party Massacre 4. Somehow, whoever owns the rights to the Slumber Party Massacre thing said, nuh-uh, and they changed it into Cheerleader Massacre. And changed just enough stuff where they couldn't be sued, but you could watch it and you're like, okay, this is part 4. That's all as far as I know for home video release in the States. You can only get that on a UK DVD, which means you got to have a region-free player or play it on your computer. Or do like I did and put the disc on my computer and rip it as a file and just put it on a flash drive. Then there's a sequel to Cheerleader Massacre. This, as far as I know, has no home video release anywhere in the fucking world. I've looked into this. I can't find it. It aired on like Epix Drive and on one of those, like when I had my DVD. I have a DVD recorder, like set-top unit hooked in. Well, I had it hooked into the satellite, and I was all hooked into shit. And I'd record stuff every once in a while. Slumber Party Massacre. My history, the history of the series, all that other shit. Alright, everybody. I'm out. So remember, if you enjoyed this video, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.